day before the full moon of Wisdom Keeper, the grandmother of the second moon cycle. And if I point that out here, we're dead center, the top of this north position on the medicine wheel. If this was a standard astrological chart, that would be the North Node, and the North Node is about where you're supposed to be going in this life. And this is a doozy full moon tomorrow. We're just coming out of the moon being in Cancer, if you're following solar astrology. And it's kind of dreamy and emotional, and it's been void of course. And so consequently, you know, things have been a little bit melancholic for some in this dreary month of January, at least here in the north, where I live. And consequently, as we move into this Leo moon, this full moon in Leo tomorrow, it's explosive. It is truly about the biggest purge. And so I'm going to tell you a ritual to do for tonight when we get to that point. But remember, Wisdom Keeper is about not just the keeper of your own wisdom as we mature and learn things and share things with our families and our communities. This grandmother, Wisdom Keeper, is that one grandmother on the wheel that does that. Wisdom is a big part of the next moon cycle. So we're purging tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon everything we don't want left in our lives anymore, the things that no longer serve us, and the things that are unwise to hold on to. Fear has no place. The fear of letting go has no place in this next 48-hour period. We are then moving into the waning third and fourth quarters of that moon cycle. Moving into the grandmother weighs the truth, who comes into her role on February the 11th. Weighs the truth, think of weighing something out, is about the concept that truth can be relative. There is an absolute truth, and then we have a truth that seems appropriate to us. In this space of the next 2 weeks, it's really important to think about what you're getting rid of that no longer serves, as we're coming down to the winding down days of COVID-19. Whether you can wrap your head around that, the numbers are declining. Yes, we're in this state of, lockdown here in the north, but the numbers are declining. The vaccine is rolling out, and we have real big opportunities here to recreate our world in a truthful way. So everything that we think about in the next 48 hours up to the beginning of Weighs the Truth in the 11th of February is we need to ask ourselves why. Why am I holding on to some thought, belief, thing, aspect of my life? And why do I want to let it go? And when it comes to the truth, the truth within self, why is this true for me? And what does it bring? If it is true, is it the absolute truth, or is it dependent on the situation? So this is the next couple of weeks to really be discerning. And the hyper-emotionality of the moon in Cancer is gone. Leo, with its fiery breath, is about let's get this crap done. Let's get her done. So I pulled the cards for Wisdom Keeper because we are still in that space. And I asked about, what is the truth of what we need to look at, and what is it that this North Node, we're here in the time of Buffalo, and so Buffalo is still the great provider. We are still, connected with our journey of finding who we are. We are all connected. The why am I here? What am I supposed to do? What is my purpose? Is a question that, pandemics aside, we are still grappling with those big questions underneath the pressure of it all. And I think the pandemic has knocked that sense of direction a little bit away for some people. So I pulled different cards this week. I wanted to connect with trickster and shaman energy, so I got out the Crow Tarot and pulled some cards, because we know that, and this particular Crow Tarot is by MJ Kulanani. Beautiful tarot, because we know that the shaman is connected very deeply with Raven. In the Southwest, the peoples of the Southwest, their shaman shapeshift between crow and a deity, a human. So we know that crow is associated with our ability to shift into the other dimensions. We're in this depth of the darkness. The days are getting a little bit longer, but we're still in darkness in so many different ways. Externally with the daylight, the sunlight, and the long nights. We are, a lot of us, in pandemic burnout. We are in the depths of the cold, can't socialize, that sort of thing. So there's some other overarching things which we need to work through. So I felt that the crow would bring some uplifting messages. I pulled out some cards from Judith Pintar, as I always do. I pulled out some cards on astrology, the astrological aspects of this. And I even pulled out a couple of cards from an angel tarot, not an oracle, but an actual tarot, and looked at who in the angelic realm might be supportive of us. And I always will say to you that angels are not a Christian tradition specifically. Angels and winged beings are known pantheologically, so across all religions, and transculturally. So there are cultural groups that know angels, that the angels are not associated with a spiritual aspect. I've known angels since I was a very little girl and spoke to them, and they saved my life on a couple of occasions. So I trust that the angel message is appropriate. So I'm going to start with the Crow Tarot, and the first card that came up was the Five of Swords, in reverse though. So the Five of Swords is about feeling defeated, and that's exactly what a lot of us feel. Like we've just been working and battling. This is the card of battles. This crow has won over and taken the swords from 4 other crows, but it's battle weary, and we are battle weary. So yes, that's a correct statement about where all of us are. But the second card is exquisite. It is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles, or coins, depending upon your tradition. This is about, we've just about made it. We've won. We've won. It's not a battle. It's about pulling it all together, and we're coming through something that we're all very tired of. But yeah, it's happening. And that's part of our journey. It's the warrior's journey. If you're familiar with Joseph Campbell, the great philosopher, he speaks a lot about the hero's journey. We are all on our own hero's journey, and this is telling us that success is imminent. The next card was the Seven of Wands, and this is about a crow at the top of the precipice here, and this crow has made it to the top, but there are a lot of other crows trying to come up, and it could be interpreted that the crow on top is thinking that it's got to hold on to its space. But really, we are in competition with no one, because this card was actually in reverse. So we aren't competing with anyone else. In fact, there is no separation. So this card in reverse is perfect. We are all, in the end, as Ram Dass says, walking each other home. So the final end of it here in the Crow Tarot card pulls are the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of reminiscing about the past and what life was like and what we loved and what we miss and people that we've had. But this is, again, this card is telling us not to get stuck in the past. Remember, if we do that, we're not going to get where we need to be going. The past is history, and it doesn't exist anymore. Certain cultures call being in the past the ghostlands, and they consume a lot of our energy. We need to be forward facing now. So don't let melancholy and don't let this recent Cancer moon pull you back into the past. When I asked Spirit to explain where we need to be astrologically, we need to treat tomorrow's full moon like a solar eclipse. And this solar eclipse, this particular one, is like a lightning bolt. The actual word on the card is revolution, and it's the master number 44 on this card. This is about striking out, treating this like we are overturning the conditions that have pushed us along so far, and now we are moving forward. We are moving forward through the rest of Wisdom Keeper into weighing the truth. So revolution has good sides, it has upsides, and it has difficult sides. So this is where the weighing of your truth is important. The next card I pulled was Mercury, mind, thinking but not overthinking. Mercury actually goes retrograde this week. Don't shoot the messenger. I like Mercury retrogrades. It's a forced pause, a pause about not moving too quickly without very clear thought. And that's what Mercury is about. It's also about swords, and we've had swords here in this tarot pull. The next card I got was 12th house, which is escape. I had to think about where they were going with this message. If we are clear thinking with Mercury, why are we escaping? I think the message is actually more to the point of don't allow yourself to escape. Don't allow yourself, this is this card again, don't allow yourself to go back to the way things were. Things can't be the way they were. They can't be for the earth, for Turtle Mother. They can't be for us. Life as we know it will change, and it's an acceptance. It's radical acceptance. So escape means two sides of the same coin. We are escaping that through our revolution, which trapped us for over a year now. And it's also about making sure that we don't get into, that extra bottle of wine or something this week and escape the process that we are radically being asked to engage in with revolution. So the last card is exactly this position. This is Yod, or destiny, the North Node. Know that your destiny is being revealed to you. The upside of the coming to the end of this pandemic and the shifts that we are making in our individual lives is that our reason to be on this earth, the why am I here question, is much closer to being answered. So if you know where your what house or what planet, where you sit, where Yod, North Node, sits in your own astrological chart, that's something to look up and connect with. The angels, this card literally jumped out of the deck, so I wasn't intending to include it, but it's the Queen of Wands. Brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. There is nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. The need for balance between career and personal life is called for now. So that's an aspect of our selfhood. Know that when you're dreaming and you're bringing through Mercury and the mind, that know that we are unlimited. But the angel, the angel card, this is a major arcanum angel. This is the wise counsel card, wise counselor, and it's Archangel Sandalphon. So Sandalphon represents unity with a spiritually minded community. Ask the divine for help and trust the answers will come. Compare traditional methods with new ideas. So this is this coming from the old way into a new paradigm. And to see which one is best for you. See which new paradigm suits where you're going. That's appropriate because I haven't dealt yet with the Judith Pintar cards for this time. So vision, radical vision, is the first card. This is seeing with clarity. Enlightenment, to enlighten something, is to bring the light to it, to make it available to see. And so we are being asked to very specifically create a vision that we are handing to the grandmother tomorrow night, wisdom keeper, and asking her to help us move that into this new paradigm. If we do, if we create that vision sitting here in the north on the wheel, it is incarnation. The trees, the seeds, the snow that's protecting the seeds right now, the new life is there. It's incubating. What we are incubating happens by the opposite side of the wheel, which is transformation. And finally, the last card is Great Spirit. Great Spirit is our co-creator with vision. It's the opposite end of they're both vision cards. They're the opposite end of this reading. We are not alone. Whatever you identify as the consciousness, we call it the Great Mystery, Wakantanka, Creator, Kichimunido. There are a number of names for that consciousness that permeates everything. We get kind of bummed out in our journeys when we think we are alone, but this is the time to connect with the Creator, and that's quite interesting that Sandalphon has appeared today, because one of Sandalphon is Metatron's brother. They're twins. And Sandalphon is an angel who, if you stood beside it, if he was a statue, you wouldn't reach the top of his big toe. He's immense. Apparently he goes all the way to the out into the stratosphere. Sandalphon is for those people who think, my prayers never get answered, my thoughts, my journey, my visions never manifest, meh. But Sandalphon is the angel who actually participates in that, in taking specifically your prayers to the Creator. So just know that. Know that you have support directly and somebody to walk with you. We are not alone. Our ancestors walk with us. We have the ability to manifest. That's why I brought the Crow Tarot. We all have that inner shaman. So, the ritual that I'm suggesting for you for tomorrow is a little bit different than making bundles or that sort of thing. I'm suggesting that you make 2 bottles of what we call moon water. Take the biggest, like a Bernardin canning jar or some vessel, some clear glass vessel that you can put pure water in, not tea or anything, water. And you're going to have one that has a lid and one that does not. You're going to sit them in the window, knowing that even if it's a cloudy night, the energies from Grandmother Moon in her fullness will permeate them. Now, inasmuch as the time of her zenith is 2:16 p.m. tomorrow, at least in my part of the world, you may want to do this tonight through her zenith and again tomorrow night. So the first bottle is a big bottle of water, and beside it, perhaps in a circle around it, consider putting moonstone, apophyllite, beautiful pink kunzite, and turquoise. Turquoise is the color and stone of Sandalphon. I spoke last time, I made a video with Brian about infinite. You could add that in as well, but moonstone is an appropriate stone. Any of those. If you don't have any of those stones, just use the clear quartz. It's the heartbeat of, or one of the seeds in the womb of Turtle Mother. So the first mason jar or glass vessel full of water has no lid, and you're putting crystals around it. The second jar, make sure if it's like a canning jar that it does have a metal lid, and you're going to sit one of these chosen crystals right on the top. So you got 2 jars of water, crystals, and you're just going to let it sit. The intention that you put to the open vessel is that you are going to drink from it after its period of incubation in the moonlight. It's going to help you to dispose of and dispense with this radical revolutionary explosion that's happening with this full moon in Leo tomorrow. It will give you clarity, and it's just the thing to do. Pour a little in your pet's water dish. Pour a little in your plants if you have plants. But the biggest expression is to take it and drink it till it's gone. Sip it through the next several days. The other bottle is to keep through for the next 2 weeks and use it as you need it. You can put it in the fridge. Don't put the crystals in the fridge. Just, once it's sat with the crystals in the moonlight, it will be fine. And you will be inspired in ways to use this water. And let that inspiration come through your own ancestors and spirit guides. Anyway, as always, I will post pictures of these cards on Facebook and Instagram. I will have Brian post pictures on the website. He's going to put a link to timeanddate.com. He will put a link to astro.com, so that you can get your own free chart to figure out your own positions in solar astrology. I had a few people request the chart for 2021, which I create, and I've sent it out. And if you forgot to ask, please message us or put a request in the comments. We appreciate it, and somehow the magical mind of Google and YouTube calculates your thumbs up, likes, and subscriptions. So if you can do that, that helps us with their inner workings. Be at peace, friends, and know we really are coming to a new time of revolution. Miigwech, Nyawen.